So I kept asking myself plenty and plenty of times, why am I losing games? What's going on? What's going wrong? This is in champs, in rivals, in draft, everything. And I kind of took a bit of time to sit there and think about what it is that I'm doing wrong, and kind of looking back over my gameplay, as obviously that's something we've always liked to do. Let's drop it. Oh, chopper with a feet, incredible. And one of the things that I have gotten in a big guilty trap of over the recent years, and this is what we fixed, and I think this can really help you guys, is that every game I'm thinking about how... Ooh, good feet. Nah. I'm thinking about how can I get past this player? How can I go and score goals as quick as possible? I want to go from defense to attack like that. And I just want to score goals. And I want to put 3 or 4 past you and do everything, right? And that's essentially what I try to do. And in doing so, what it meant is that when I pick up the ball from defence and I'm trying to go to midfield, I want to exit it straight into that midfielder. I'm trying to, go 1,000 miles an hour. And what this means is that I'm not exactly thinking about what it is that I'm doing, who am I passing to, how am I going to take that touch. I'm trying to sprint into spaces. I'm trying to, break away. I'm trying to score goals as quick as I possibly can. And you might be sat here listening to this and go, yeah, it sounds a little bit like me. And in doing that, you obviously have a... Go on, Haaland. Oh, it's a lovely little ball from Wazitsky. You obviously have a point where it starts to affect your gameplay because you're playing at 1,000 miles an hour. Now, there are times where it has its benefits, hitting on the counter. Of course it does. And, that's something to consider. But as a whole, just slowing things down can really, really help you kind of, build up those attacks, take your time and so on. So what does that actually mean? Well, what did I actually change? One of the things for me is that I realised, here I can sprint. I've got green grass to run into, right? There's moments where I try and take that big touch with sprint and I just get caught. Like here, just left stick dribbling, just having a look at what the opponent is doing. Ref, that was a foul. Have a look what the opponent is doing and, make your decision based off that rather than just trying to constantly go. So what do I do now instead? I just take my time. I left stick dribble, I walk forward and I basically wait for the opponent to make that decision for me. Is he going to let me have it? Yeah. Is he going to move keeper? Yeah, he does. I thought I'd go for the near post because he's... I've gone for that low driven that last couple of times. And one of the things that I've always said over the years with coaching students is let the opponent make the decision for you. And you can only do that when you are... are we done? No? You can only do that when you are taking things in and you're not trying to play at that 1,000 miles an hour. So let's pay attention into this game where I'm going to just take these touches with the left stick. I'm just going to dribble forward. And I'm going to wait. Is he going to come and, put pressure on me? Is he going to pull someone out of position? And then as he does, I'll look to, oh, good ball. I'll look to move that player out and play forward. And then obviously if he doesn't press me, then I can maybe use controlled sprint, the R1 button, RB on Xbox, and take that touch forward. Now, yes, controlled sprint obviously had its nerf and then they reversed it. And, still not as good as it once was, but certainly better than they made it originally. Having that controlled sprint where you just hold R1 here just gives you the ability to keep the ball moving at a nice little speed. One, that's a short. Is he gone? Keep the ball moving, at a decent pace as well. And you can then look to lay those passes off. The reason why controlled sprint is so good in those sort of areas is because if the opponent presses you, the ball is still close to you that you can lay a pass off. You can take another touch and so on. Whereas if you're just sprinting around everywhere, you take these touches so big that if the opponent kind of presses you, it's too late. The ball's too far away from you. You can't always look to kind of do something with it. Oh, Bruno, that is a lovely run. Unlucky. So essentially the message, what are we trying to get across here? If you find yourself maybe trying to just get through your champs games as quick as you possibly can, your rival games as quick as you possibly can, and playing, this kind of crazy counter attack, which obviously again, yes, it has its time and place and dependent on the opponent you're playing and so on. But if you're a little bit like me, you just found yourself kind of getting into that, actually just slowing it down, letting the opponent make that decision for you, and then, working your chance from there. Where you going, bro? I kind of messed up. I didn't expect his defending to be as bad as it was. And that will help you massively. And, this is one thing we've also said plenty of times throughout our time on. You going to move keeper? Is he gone? Is he going to stay? He is. He loves it. Fair enough. I respect it. One of the things that we've kind of spoken about a lot is varying up the attack. So if every attack is the same, if you're walking like we are here now, and you've not really got any like pace and tempo and momentum in your attack, then it's going to get a little bit predictable. And that's bad. Is he out? I think I'd be gone after that. Yeah. Just jumped into the next one, and we'll carry on that combo. So varying up the momentum of your attacks, sometimes looking to be a little bit quick and hitting on the counter, and then those other times, slowing it down. Oh, I should have used a fullback. That's another thing that I think players can be so guilty of. Your fullbacks are going to be the ones that are available for you to pass back to and to play out from that press a lot of the time. Use them. Just use them. It's something that you can really get a good way out and work nicely from. Like that, and kind of force it a bit, then go back and recycle. Oh, that's another thing. That is another thing for us to talk about. So, because I was trying to play at 1,000,000 miles an hour, I would never do that. I would never go back to my DM there in that position. A little low driven, he moves a keeper. Okay, fair enough. Us going back to the DM there, Reinders, and looking for him is what created that opportunity. Because I was in this kind of mentality of go, score. I wouldn't take my own advice, which I started this advice, when I kind of like started making videos back on FIFA 18 and then FIFA 20, is be happy to recycle. Be happy to go back. Sometimes you have to take one. Oh, I thought he'd be more aggressive on the right foot, so I tried to go on Drogba's left. You have to be willing to recycle. And the reason for that is because if you just can't try and go forward all the time, you are going to find yourself just going into spaces and into areas that are just compact. There's so many players there. Taking one touch backwards, good read. Taking one pass backwards and then looking forward can just open up that space, because the opponent can just get a little bit more frustrated. They can come and press you, maybe with like their DM or their centre back, and just be really go for that near post. That is such a weird shot. Wow. They can be super aggressive on that, and it can open up that space. So that is a massive thing. If you get the ball down the wing, don't feel like you have to get there. Nice, well done, good defending. Don't feel like you have to force it forward. You have to drive into the 18-yard box. You have to do some special skills. I can sprint there because I got that space, but we'll just go back, and then we'll go there, and then we'll go into the DM. I'll trigger the right back to go on a run here just to give me that option. I wanted to go into Haaland, but I triangle balled it, so not going to be a smart idea there. Read in the middle, no. We're second man press just to bring Mike on over. Try and cover that pass in the middle. Bale. Oh, I tell you what, I thought, fair play. I thought he was going to go on the left foot with Bale. Fair enough. I'll give him that. So, going back to the conversation, when you're working into the final third, yes, if there's an opportunity to like lay it forward and go forward, go for it. But don't feel like you have to force it, Just going to tap R1 here just to bring Mike on that little bit closer. I have got him on defend, so he's not really gonna go forward every time. And we look to beat him. It's Drogba. I don't really want to be dribbling with Drogba. Get my words out, shall I? I don't really want to be dribbling with Drogba, if I can help it. I'll be aggressive there on that centre-back. Double tap R1 to... Yeah. I double tapped R1 to partial team press to try and cover the middle, because I thought he might force onto that. But he chose to drive with Bale, which is a really good decision. So again, just taking our time. We'll just controlled sprint here. Now I can sprint because I've got green grass. Then I'll controlled sprint just to slow it down. So if he presses me, I know I've got the window to go. Oh, I tried to shield the ball with Drogba there, but I failed miserably. All right, let's bring my DM back in here. Track that through ball. Nice. He's got that room. Doesn't get it through. I'm going to force that one. Yep, there we go. Trying to force it forward. Like, I knew it wasn't really there, but I still went for it. Because I was like, yeah, I want to go forward. He's turned me inside out there, by the way. Okay, I need to switch on. It's absolutely turned me inside out with Di Natale. I'm playing 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, and I'll be honest, I've not played a lot of it in a little while. So I think for this sort of formation, can work really well if you've got a lot of tiki-taka on your play styles, which thankfully we have. Rosicki, Reinders has it. So yeah, that can work quite nicely with them. I've tried to be aggressive on that pass on the inwards, but he hasn't. Oh, he didn't go for it. Wow, unlucky. That was a good effort with the chip. He's still there. Why is he still there? He's just dribbling through me. Come on, Al. Let's do better. Right. I'll second man press and I'll come out here just in case he looks for The drive. Can Zola get it? He can. Oh, I've accidentally flicked it in. I might have gone offside then. No? Yeah? Okay. I player locked and I did it a little bit too early, so I ended up doing some stupid flick up with Zola. And get my right six switching right, shall I? That's Llorente. That's Bale. What a crazy, crazy finish. All right. It's time to lock in. Lock in, chat. Lock in. Here I am talking about playing it slow. Not playing it slow. I have been playing it slow. Maybe a little bit too slow as well. Drogba. You know, one of the things my brain still really can't get hang of. How long has this game been out now? Couple of months? Couple of months? What are we in? Month and a bit. I still really struggle with no time finishing. I have hit that there with Drogba to time finish that. And he's low driven it. Obviously, that's the low driven. And it just really triggers me. I really miss time finishing. I just wish they never took it out. Anyway, let's carry on. I wanted to get that switch into Maicon. I got that wrong, but I've been aggressive there on the press. I'm going to tap R1 just to bring Drogba in. I'm going to send Zola on a run. Little through ball. Going to tap L1 to send... Oh, he didn't move keeper. I tapped L1 to send Haaland, and I'll be honest, it just kind of slowed down a little bit too much. I should have drove into the space a bit more, I think. Okay. Saliba will have that. Oh, that is a terrible ball from Bruno. Terrible. I'll win that, surely. Nice. Just recycle here. Drogba, give it him back first time. Then there. Then the low driven. He moved the keeper. I didn't expect him to move the keeper because he didn't on the last one, but the last one I was too far out, so it didn't really make sense. But yeah, it's a good keeper move for them. Good football though. You can see how me just going back and recycling there is what kind of made that opportunity with Drogba, which is good. Look for the overlap with Rosicki. Yeah. Drogba. So I tapped L1 to send Rosicki on the overlap, waited for him to run, and then just looking for that little square ball. I really, really like target men over the last few years. As I've gotten worse at the game, that's kind of been my play style, to look for, you know, your Haalands, your Giroux, your Drogbas, and so on. All right, let's go. We've had to lock in a little bit more in this one, haven't we, to make sure we get the win. But let's go and let's carry on, slowing it down. That One Direction song. Slow it down. Can sprint here because I got green grass. Then I'll take the touch inside, which is way too obvious. Second one, press that, and I'll try and get Rosicki into a position to cover. Switch to Reinders. Ooh. Okay, double tap R1 and then tap L1 to send Drogba. So I'm constantly kind of like playing the game there of like, I'm going short, I'm going long. Just R1 sprint there. Oh, I was going to look to hit that pretty quick, actually. Yeah, I like to do that a lot. I like tap R1 to bring the player short, tap L1 to send them long to try and trip out their AI. I think that can work pretty well on that kind of last man. Just need to be careful of that ball on the inside and not get caught with it again. There we are. Now I can sprint. I'm going to tap L1 to send Rosicki. Send Drogba. I think I messed that up a little bit, to be honest. I think I got into some good positions and just didn't really do anything with it. That is the most dead skill move you would have ever seen. I don't know why I went for that, but okay. I love that skill move. Always been one of my favourites, it has. It's so basic. You hold L2 and you just do a forward fake shot while holding L2. Yeah, I think it works well. Little through ball. Bang. Boom. Again, as soon as I got that ball into the centre attacking mid, Zola, tapping L1, sending him on a run. Like, AI movement at times can be okay, but sometimes you just need to go, look, there's space in behind for me to hit there. You know, I want to look to use that through ball. Let's do it. Big tackle with circle. Nice. Good hold up, little triangle. Maybe that's one where I shouldn't tap L1 to send Bruno, and I should just look to recycle. You know, I was kind of clamped out a little bit there with my Drogba. The hold-up play was difficult for him. I used the keeper. That's fine. and then work it out. Yeah, so it's a bit difficult for him here. I just left it dribble just to see what I've got on. Double tap R1 to bring the player short. Oh, Haaland just so heavy there. And I'm going to use just the ball out. Having like big men up top, you're kind of allowed to do that, turn backwards. Nice. I'm going to tap L1 to send the left back on a run here. Look for that over the top through ball. Do I win that header? No. Okay, left back's out of position. No need to panic. Just essentially play the long game. You can just see me pulling Rosicki back there in case he tried to go down that side of the pitch. Just to cover for that space. Look for Zola there. I'm going to tap L1, send Drogba. Send Rosicki as well. Can I go on the inside? Can I? Oh, I was really hoping that first time ball into Drogba would have been the one, you know? Nice. Good. Okay, drive forward. Again, holding sprint because I got green grass to run into. Robertson is slow. Slow, yes. That's okay, though. Recycle. First time pass. Reinders into the middle. Bang. Drogba's just gone offside. Yeah, lovely run. And then the finish. Oh, he had it. Nice and patient, though. That's the sort of thing. I think before, when I was like struggling a little bit, I was always trying to force this like so much quicker, so much earlier. Well, that's me going, yeah, let's just recycle if I need to. It's not a problem. I don't really want to play that to Saliba. I'll go back out here. I don't really want you on it either, to be honest. Good skill. Recycle. First time pass. Lovely. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Just a little give and go as well with Haaland, just to kind of open up that space and then look for it in behind. The recycling back into the middle. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I think... Let me just defend this as best as I can. I think one of the things that I've had the conversation with myself on is I'm not as good as I once was. So, like, the attack used to work for me because, like, I'd have so many different skills, so many different tools in my arsenal. I don't have that anymore, basically. Oh, that is beautiful football, though. I don't have that in me anymore. So, because of that, that's why I've kind of had to, adapt to this sort of... Be patient, chill, you know? Normally defending's not as bad as it is here. I also don't know why I've got this little arrow on. I don't know why that's turned on. Either way, whatever. All right, time. 70th minute, 79th minute. Looking at the clock. I don't want to be dribbling with my defenders if I can help it. I'll lay that into Haaland. Haaland can hold that up. Rosicki can give me the option. Boom. Good trigger of L1. Tap L1 there. Drogba's in at the back post. So I can bring this down. Hold L2. I thought I could bring it down. Fair play. Vidic using his strength. I read that, surely? No? Okay, I'll second man press. I'll run across with you. Should I ball him down? Maybe when I was on the right back, maybe I didn't need to switch off him and second man press for that. Maybe I should have just brought him down. Just take the yellow. Either way, poor defending from me. Okay, let's go. 84th minute. I've not made any subs. That's okay, though. Haaland will have that. No, on the inside. Okay. All right. We're in trouble. This is going to be a takedown. Pulisic. I've got the pace, actually, to keep up with you if you go to the byline. Back to move keeper there. I didn't think he'd run. I was looking at his stamina, and I thought Pulisic didn't have it all in his locker to go for that. Okay, let's go in the middle. Back out wide. We've got a lot of space there for Zola, actually. Just dribble, hold controlled sprint. Can I have my option here? Yeah, thank you. That is a terrible ball. I shouldn't have played a lot of that, actually. I was kind of forcing a play style that I just didn't need to. You know, Gareth Bale is one of my most... He's one of my most hated players. Always does me. Always does me. Fair play. Fair play. The defending in this game has been dreadful, ladies and gentlemen. Do not use this defending. The patient bit, all that's great advice. Ignore the defending. Don't listen to me on that one, all right? Don't listen to me on that one. Ref, how long? Just... Either way, if you learnt something, leave a like, subscribe. Appreciate you all. Hope you're all doing well. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.